The Nobody Leaves podcast presents Blackbeard, Terror at Sea.
Ahoy, Sam!
Ahoy, Mallory.
And welcome back to Nobody Leaves, a podcast about pirates and adventures. Every week we talk about the high seas. Happy birthday to Blackbeard! Long may he reign.
Yeah, welcome back to Pirate
seas.
Cast. We're talking all things pirates. We're talking Barbossa. We're talking Jack Sparrow. No, we're not. We're talking about Blackbeard, Terror at Sea.
Real pirates only. Real pirates. Sam, we're going to be talking about Blackbeard, Terror at Sea, an amazing informative documentary by National Geographic. But before that, we got to talk about all sorts of other fun things that we viewed and consumed and watched through the week. Sam, Akane Banashi is crazy and it's awesome, and I was talking to you about it before we even started recording the podcast, and I cannot stop myself from talking about it. I read like 100 chapters this week, today, I think.
There's going to be another thing where, like,
really
I introduce you to it, and then you become, like, a much bigger fan of it than I ever was. Like, you're going to be in an Akane Banashi cosplay for, like, a different episode that has nothing to do with Akane Banashi, and I'll just be like, I guess Mallory's the bigger fan now. You know, I've been there since chapter 12. I've been there for 4 years or whatever.
I guess Mallory's personality is Akane Banashi, and I'm just kind of a casual observer on the outside. It's really good. It's worth it. I'm already proselytizing. I'm already like messaging people like, you need to be reading this because it's good.
Spreading the good
and
word.
It's great. If you have watched an episode of our podcast before, you will know that I have a tendency to bloviate and go on and on and on about feminist issues and the depiction of women in anime. It's a little bit of a pet peeve or a continual wrinkle that I cannot get over, and it's a hang up that I have when I'm watching a lot of this stuff. And, you know, some people are able to kind of like, you know, be like, okay, I'll just kind of turn my brain off and enjoy it. It really bothers me and actively detracts from my experience so much. And this manga does not do that. It's so good. It's so refreshing.
Akane Banashi from the top rope coming into Shonen Jump to say, no, you don't have to sexualize your main female character. No, she can be powerful and also feminine. Good stuff.
Yeah, lots of powerful women. It's not just like the one women protagonist type thing. Actual like discussions of like feminism and stuff. Actual discussions of how this is a male dominated field and this is how like women have made their way and paved the way for Akane to be who she is. Oh, it's really cool. It's really, really cool, and I love the way it's done. The male characters all treat her with respect. She treats them with respect. There's not, like, constantly, like, everyone falling over themselves and shipping each other with everyone, you know?
I don't even think they
like,
go the normal route of, like, the first person she has to defeat is a sexist pig. Like, I don't even think they do that. I think it's just like...
Exactly.
Yeah, she's cool. Everyone thinks she's cool.
Yeah, it's almost... It's perfectly kind of walking that line of like acknowledging sexism, but also not like making sexism such a central foible of the antagonists, so that it has to like we have to be reminded of it like in the real world or whatever. Like it's a little bit fantastical of like there's no sexism within this story. While also like acknowledging it in a way, you know what I mean? Where it's like you get the
like over
escapism
the top,
a bit,
right?
Mm-hmm. Definitely, yeah. It feels like escapist a little bit. Basically, like I can watch it and just be smiling and happy and not thinking about sexism and feminism the whole time, and that is a breath of fresh air for manga and anime, which I've watched a lot more of this year, and I've been continually like, oh, right, man, cool, you know? So that's just a big point I want to say about Akane Banashi.
Well, I noticed you read ahead in Akane Banashi, but not Call of the Night, and I think that's telling.
I mean, I'm curious about Hollow Knight, but the other thing is it's good. I think like art about art. I mean, baby,
Yeah,
like
I understand. Are you
like
gonna hold
Redline's
this
my
parrot
favorite movie
the
for a
entire?
reason.
You're gonna hold this parrot up the whole episode? So is that your plan?
Is bothering you?
No, not at all.
Okay, cool. Well, then don't worry about it.
I love Chatot. It's a great Pokemon.
Yeah, it is really good. What did you get your Chatot to say?
Is that a mechanic? Oh, with the DS speaker, isn't it?
Yeah, in the
Aw.
original DS, and
They
then
used to
they
do all
removed
kinds
it
of-
because everyone made their.
Yeah, they did all kinds of gimmicky shit back then. I remember that. Is
Yeah, it
Diamond
was-
and Pearl
it
the
was
one
like-
that has the Pokemon that you have to evolve by flipping your DS upside down? Is that Diamond and Pearl?
That's 3DS because
That's
3DS had
3DS.
like the gyro whatever that makes it aware of like whether the DS is upside down or not.
Gotcha.
DS was the first one to introduce a microphone, which was like a big deal. So there were like puzzles where you had to like blow to like get the. I think it was like the traps in the underground. You had to like blow into the DS to like blow the leaves away.
Oh yeah. Pokemon's silly.
Yeah, there was a lot of that stuff.
Anyway.
Yeah. Speaking of Pokemon, I also finished Legenza. It's done. Finished the main
see.
plot. Good game.
Good game. Like actually good
game.
game or good game? Like what are we talking about here?
Good game.
I noticed some hesitation.
I enjoyed it. I think that the final boss rush and everything was done really well. I'm there for the characters. There's really good ships in this one. There's some really gay stuff happening in the Pokemon franchise. It's really high quality, and
So you
the
like Akane
story was,
Banashi for
you know,
like the lack of sexism and romance, but then Pokemon, it's like, well, the ships though. Inside
Well,
of you
it's
there are
gay
two wolves.
ships.
Okay.
there's a good type of romance and there's a bad type of romance.
There are two Houndoons inside of you, or Mighty Hyenas.
There are two Houndoos inside of me,
Is
and
there
they're
a regular
both
wolf Pokemon?
beating me to the ground.
Suicune, I guess.
I think Mighty is the closest. Yeah, I
Okay.
guess like Suicune Trio is like dog types as well.
Mallory's got that dog
but-
in her.
I do, but listen, Pokemon good, and yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about it because I already talked about it the last 2 weeks. That's not the main topic of discussion. Before I go any further, Sam, do you have anything you'd like to discuss this week?
We're already done with Lasagna Watch. What about going into the weird
Lasagna
like
Watch?
monochrome version of Lumino City, like the DLC?
Oh
that announced?
yeah, hold on, monochrome Lasagna Watch.
I'm doing
Burnt
Lasagna Watch for you. I don't.
Wow, good point. Yeah. Well, this is really gonna hurt you to hear, but I will be paying money to play that, and it's gonna be awesome. And I'm gonna get Mega Chimecho because Chimecho is one of my favorites. I love Chimecho.
Mega Chimecho is crazy. It's like I thought, how can they make the Pokemon more like a wind chime? They found a way. Like it's nuts.
It's really cute. It's good. And I'm just excited to get more Pokemon in it. It is bad and messed up that they are now just paywalling different Pokemon, basically. So, like, in this DLC, they are going to be introducing more Pokemon to the game because nowadays Pokemon games don't have every Pokemon in them.
Yep.
Um,
Never forget.
but
Dex
yeah,
at
the fact that they're
20,
paywalling it.
16, 15. I don't
Yeah,
know. Somewhere
no.
like that.
Very, very bad stuff. But they got my number. So
Yep.
what am I going to do?
Well, I may have a Pokemon
I don't know.
update in a
Do you
few weeks.
legitimately? Do you legit think that like consumer boycotts is gonna make it better? I know
No,
a lot
not
of
at
people
all.
online are like,
There's no solving
Don't-
this. That's
don't
what
buy the
makes-
DLC.
I'm just
Yeah.
doomerism about it because there's no solving it. Like
Yeah.
they're gonna be the number one selling Switch game. It can be whatever quality it needs to be. Like there's no. I just want more, Mallory. I want better for you, for me. I love Pokemon. And I love the new Pokemon they've introduced for the most part, and I love the new Megas and this and that, but I just want a little more. And I'm running out of ways to say that.
they, they told me Soylent Green was made of people, and I'm still chowing down.
You said, "I love
it's
people."
party time. I love people.
Mallory,
yeah,
I'm going to switch gears here from
that's legit,
Pokemon
so.
Talk to a piece of
Okay.
Iranian cinema that I watched this week.
Whoa, good.
Yeah. It Was Just an Accident is a new movie from a director who I had never heard of, but who is essentially like one of the most famous Iranian directors. I'm not going to try his name because I will butcher it, but It Was Just an Accident. Good movie. It won the Palm Famous Award that I can't remember the name of either, because that's now I'm going to butcher the French and the Iranian. It's tough. This is going to be here's the Sam movie corner, right, where I explained to you the plot of a movie. Are you prepared?
Okay. I'm super prepared.
A guy's working in a garage, and another guy's car breaks down with his family outside, and he hears the guy walk into his garage, and the guy has a peg leg, and it makes like a particular squeaking sound. This is not pirate related. Don't get your hopes up. And from that squeaking
I'm
sound,
so sad.
he determines, he's like, I know who this guy is. This guy tortured me when I was held captive by the Iranian government for protesting, I believe, like for labor rights. And so he's like, that guy, that's the motherfucker who tortured me, basically, is his reaction. And he avoids seeing him, and it's very tense. And he's like trying to make sure the guy doesn't see him, because the guy would recognize him, but he wouldn't physically recognize the guy because he was blindfolded the whole time he was like held in prison. But he recognizes the squeak in the guy's leg, and he's like, that's the dude. He then stalks this guy for like a couple of days and runs him over with his car and kidnaps him.
Oh!
But then the problem starts where he takes him out to the desert and is going to bury him alive, and the guy pretty much convinces him, I'm not the guy you think I am. So he has to then go and like talk to various friends of his who were also kidnapped and tortured, who would know that this like peg leg guy like would also recognize peg leg guy, but all of them have been blindfolded as well. So you end up with like 5 people who are all like, yeah, we think it's him, but we can't be 100% sure. And you've kidnapped him. And if it is him, we're going to be in deep shit. But if it isn't him, we're going to kill an innocent man.
Wait, why is it bad if it is him?
Because if it is him, they want to kill him, but that's tough. Like, it's a hard decision to make, right? To, like, kill someone who you've kidnapped. But also, if they're right that it's him, then theoretically there's a lot of attention that's going to be put on them and on the case of the guy being missing. So they have to come up with, they have to make a decision, right? They have to, the whole movie centers around like this decision of like, are we sure it's the guy? And are we able to kill him? And if we do kill this guy that we've kidnapped, does that make us just as bad as him? Is basically the idea. And when I tell you this is also like a black comedy, it kind of is. There are moments in this movie that are hilarious, but it's also like deeply disturbing and psychological and just really juicy in terms of like human drama. And it's really good. Jeez. And it's probably going to be nominated for Best International Feature, which will be nice.
That's crazy. I love that. That's a really good story. I love how like partway through I was like, okay, so wait, so this plan to like kidnap and murder the person who tortured you was a bad plan. Okay,
yeah.
I'm following. I was fully like, whoa, that's a good idea. Like,
I mean, that is part of it, that these people have all been like through off screen and before the movie starts have been through like a horrendous experience, right? And you get like, they're all in various states of like getting over it or like trying to move past it. Like some of them have like reintegrated into society and have like careers and jobs and stuff. And some of them are like deeply upset by this experience. And as soon as they're brought into the fold of this like conspiracy, they're instantly like, we've got to kill this guy. Like, Steven, we have to kill this guy. You know, it's a little, you throw these people all together in like this shitty like panel truck or van, and then they're just all they're literally sitting on the like the crate that the guy is kidnapped in and like tied up in, and they're sitting there going like, well, what are we gonna do about this?
Yeah. That's crazy. That's super interesting. I really love that. That's a good idea for a movie.
Good
Man.
movie. Maybe my favorite ending to a movie this year.
Whoa. Yet another Sam movie pitch that I would love to watch, and
Yep.
we're just getting secondhand plot info, but it's cool. I love it.
That's all I can do. I am who I am. I went to see 3 movies this week. That's the one I want to talk about because I saw Predator Badlands, and that was okay. It was a Predator movie, and I saw Begonia, which is interesting and fun. Did you ever watch Poor Things or The Favorite or The Lobster or Dogtooth?
Shaking my head no.
Well, same here. It's Yorgos Lanthimos, who is like this interesting, weird European man who makes strange movies most of the time with Emma Stone. This is the Emma Stone shaved her head movie where she is kidnapped by Jesse Plemons, Todd from Breaking Bad, and he thinks she's an alien, and that's the movie. It's another kidnapping movie, actually, weirdly enough, and I watched them like a day apart.
So you're really like in on like the ethics of kidnapping and all that kind of stuff. And
I've been thinking about it a lot this week because for some reason I've watched 2 different things about it.
We'll make that 3, but I don't want to transition quite yet, even though that would have been a pretty smooth one. No. Well, if anything, I would have
Pirate lady.
If anything, I would have to keep the parrot on my shoulder more when we start the Blackbeard segment. I don't understand why I would wait until that point to remove it.
Let's not rush into the Blackbeard Terror at Sea segment, right? Because I know we have tons to talk about there, but we got to save it, right? Like we have to have our huge 4-hour dissection of Blackbeard Terror at Sea.
This Blackbeard heat that we've got cooking in the pot, we're just getting it to a nice simmer, and now we got to sprinkle some little spices in there, and that spice is going to be Smiling Friends I've been watching. I just caught up, so we're 5 episodes in to an 8-episode season.
Season 3?
Yes, 3rd season. It continues to have just some of my favorite lines deliveries of they'll just it's like two seconds before an episode ends and there's just like suddenly a 3D skeleton like flying around in the background like out of nowhere, just like almost kind of like a jump scare, but it's like not really scary, it's just kind of goofy, and like before your brain even has time to decide like, was that supposed to scare me or was that supposed to be funny, do I even think that's funny, it's immediately undercut by the character saying, what even was that? Was that supposed to be scary? I don't get it. Like, just really,
I don't know, Charlie.
really well done.
It was supposed to be esoteric and look fun.
Yeah, no, just really, really good at like cutting the dialogue of like, I don't even know what the big deal about it is. Like that kind of delivery. Priceless stuff, man. It really works. For all the problems I might have with that series, sometimes I'm like, man, they do know how to write this like really conversational tones that I really enjoy. Is like really, it's certainly like nothing else. You cannot.
I think that's a good way to put it.
You're not getting what you cannot get what you're getting from Smiling Friends anywhere else. I will say that, and I think that's good.
I love Smiling Friends, Charlie. I love it. I love weird conversational dialogue in a comedy series and animation and mixed animation.
You've only seen clips of it, I think.
I have seen like 2 full episodes, not at all in order, like random episodes, and I've seen many clips, and I will at some point go through the whole thing, maybe for this podcast. But it's good. It's really funny. I still think about the flat Earth bit from the last season like all the time. The concept of being like,
really amazing.
No, the flat Earth is real and it was real the whole time, and now you have to live with that idea is like solid. There's the same
really
energy
good
as
at
in that movie I was just talking
episodes.
about of like person thinking this person's an alien, and but what if they're right? And if they are right, what does that mean?
No, absolutely. They're very good at like ending episodes like in huge conceptual ways. It's like just all of a sudden like raising the stakes to a 10 on a thing that completely unrelated like that.
And it will
I feel
never
is
come
a
up again.
Trademark of the series. Yeah, in a really good way. Yeah, like you mentioned like Out of Order, and it's like, yeah, there is not a lot of like plot progression in the series.
Yeah.
Which is certainly a strength. Yeah, and I really like the character Alan, and a bunch of people said that I talk like him a lot.
Alan.
As like a lot of my D&D characters, he's the red one. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, you have stepped on my paperclip. Like people, people have said that I talk like him. I'm very fond of him. He's good. Yeah, Smiling Friends is good. They did another horror episode. They've like made it a tradition of like doing kind of like Halloween-y episodes. It's crazy like having 8 episodes that are like 10 minutes long, and like having a Halloween and Christmas episode in season 1. And then like, yeah, continuing that trend. But yeah, they did like another Halloween episode. And it's like, it was like legit more horrifying, and it was like pretty, I don't know. It was a little bit of a tough hang at parts for me, because you know that I'm very sensitive about being scared.
I do.
Or it's like, I think the thing about it is like, it's beyond being sensitive. It's like, oh, I just don't enjoy it. So there's like I'm not getting anything out of like, whereas like, I feel like probably for a lot of people it makes them uncomfortable, but they also like have fun with it, you know? So there's like more benefit, but I was just kind of,
I would know a lot about not getting anything out of media, you know? That's been an experience for me this week.
But yeah, but it was still, I feel like it still walked that good line where, because they're kind of cartoon characters, like you're able to abstract it enough to where you're like, that would suck if it happened to me, but it's not happening to something that looks even remotely like me, so I'll just kind of like let it slide. But yeah, another good one from Smiling Friends series. Yeah, so that's mine.
Speaking of media that is not satisfying and you can't get anything out of.
Speaking of gold. Okay, here's the thing.
I'm just going to give you the rope
Blackbeard,
to hang yourself with, all right? You know?
All right.
Can't watch a movie about baseball. Baseball's lame and boring. They treat the players meanly. Anyway, here's Blackbeard giving away his wife.
Scene. Interior. Beneath the deck. Blackbeard opens his chest of gold. We see a bunch of macaroni cruft powdered cheese.
Yes.
in a huge box. He sniffs it. He goes,
Gold.
beautiful. There's one thing about Blackbeard. This guy loves gold. Sam,
It might be the only
week,
thing about Blackbeard. You say the one thing.
If there's one thing about Blackbeard, he loves his gold. Sam, this week, I had you watch Blackbeard, Terror at Sea, a documentary and a first for this podcast. We're finally taking it out of the fiction realm to non-fiction. We're finally learning and teaching and like learning and growing alongside our viewers.
Are we?
You know, we're really like learning all sorts of like facts and information about Blackbeard, which is really awesome.
Okay, riddle me this, Chadot Pirate.
Okay.
What's something you learned about Blackbeard from this mockumentary, this dramatization from the BBC? Like, yeah, like, tell me, like, what Blackbeard facts? Like, what do you got for me?
Okay, number 1, Blackbeard wanted to be remembered. Blackbeard, if there's one thing Blackbeard wanted, it was to be remembered.
Okay.
Okay. Do you believe that Blackbeard wanted to be remembered? Like the real man. Do you think that was his main motivation and goal? No. I don't either at all.
I think it's a really weird choice.
Full of lies.
This not at all historically accurate or like who gives a shit, like not educational. I didn't learn anything. I wasn't entertained. I was left confused by like why they made this. It made me think like rethink,
why did they
like,
make it?
History Channel and BBC like programming. I'm like, why? Because it's not educational, but it's also not shot well enough or acted well enough to be like dramatic, right? Like, so like,
yeah, no, it's really scrunched together, man. It's really like just scrapped. Like
all the
they use
footage
the same.
is great. Like it opens up and there's two boats fighting each other, and I'm like, this looks okay. Like I'm kind of impressed by like the real like boat sets or whatever. Like there's some like practical or whatever. Right. And I'm like, oh, it's because they're gonna reuse the same clip of the guy lighting the cannon like every time they need a cannon clip. This is a horrible piece of shit, Mallory. Why'd you make me watch this?
When they're off in the what is it? Like they're in the like kind
the
of
pirate
drinking
cove.
Area.
So
the pirate cove, I guess.
Or like you're talking about
tavernish.
You're talking about where he like has the showdown with the other pirate.
Yeah, it's like they keep going back to that same set every time they're like on shore or whatever and like meeting with people.
That set is
it's good
Cuba, Barbados, North Carolina, South Carolina. It's Charleston, the city. Like it's everything.
It's crazy. I'll be honest, Sam. I thought I was gonna learn more stuff about Blackbeard.
You pitched it to me as like a documentary, and I was like, "Oh, I guess I'll learn about Blackbeard, who has some weird ties to my home state of North Carolina."
Well, because it's Nat Geo.
I didn't learn a goddamn thing, Mallory.
I was really disappointed. I really thought I was gonna like learn some facts about Blackbeard.
This is like Blackbeard fan fiction. Like it's like
terrible. It's crazy. It really was so crazy that they made it like this. But the problem, like the thing about it though, is like this was made to be shown in schools, right? Like 100%. Like this is what this is for.
I guess.
Why would they not make it more educated? Do you think that was the vibe I got? Is like
the vibe I got.
The way
is
they cut things.
The people who are like, who's gonna watch this on TV is what I kept thinking of. Showing it in schools, that does make sense. That probably would be the case because it's like the most bloodless, violence-less, with one major exception that we'll get into.
with one huge,
one very like out of nowhere, also like completely like not based in reality as far as I can tell. So like they just threw that in there. Who is this for? But in my mind, I was like, this is for people like 70-year-old old men who like watch World War II documentaries on the History Channel for like 8 hours a day, like retirees. And maybe, you like sprinkle in some Blackbeard just to like mix it up, I guess.
I feel like I was 70-year-old sitting on my couch and this came on and I'd be like, what the hell is this?
Well, I
don't know.
I feel like it's got to be for those people, the olds, as it were, because they have to have like less taste or like less expectation for quality, right? Like, because nowadays it's like, what if you're gonna watch something that's completely like made up bullshit anyway? Why not watch something that's pure fiction? Like, why not watch like Vikings or
Pirates
Black
of the Caribbean.
Sails, Pirates of the Caribbean? Game of Thrones, let me tell you, Game of Thrones has like pirates in Game of Thrones are like some of the shittiest, least interesting characters. Any pirate scene in Game of Thrones is better than this fucking like.
It's better than Hans being like, pirates don't shoot other pirates.
Like the ninth, like the Z plot of Game of Thrones is more captivating and interesting than Terror at Sea.
Did you not hear, like, as soon as he said, what was the moment where you're like, oh, this is bullshit? Because for me, it was when he goes, pirates don't shoot other pirates. I was like, that can't be right. There's no way that pirates can't shoot other pirates. That cannot be a rule.
Him introducing his, like, Ocean's 11 heist team, like, this guy is a freed slave, and this guy we call Lords because he says he has connections. And this guy is the evil one who we're going to just keep around for some reason. It's like, what's happening here? And we call Frenchie because Frenchie's French. Like, okay, great.
Yeah. Blackbeard's being torn between two extremes. He's being torn between
being evil
Hans,
and being like really
honorable.
evil.
And Hans, who's like honorable and only like he's like no unnecessary killing. And Blackbeard goes, "Ugh."
You know what drove me insane is like every single
Yeah.
line from our narrator, second hand to Blackbeard, Israel
Yeah.
Hands, is
Yeah.
I called him second hand. What's it? Second in command, Israel Hands. Every like
First
statement
mate?
of whatever. Who gives a shit? This thing didn't either. Every like narrative comment about Blackbeard is like,
Yeah.
he was the darkest killer in the world. He was a saint among men. He was the master of the sea. He was distracted by his lust for fame. Like, it's like everything has to be a contradiction no matter what, even when it's not warranted. It's like, he was the scourge of Charleston, but actually he was kind of nice to Charleston. Like, it's like, what are we, like, can we vary it up a
It's
little
just
bit?
the drama.
It's nothing.
It's like
there's nothing there.
because it's just giving you whiplash and it's trying so hard to like swing you from scene to scene. Like it sets you like Blackbeard's actually a good guy, but then he turned dark, and you're like, oh no. And then it's like,
But he also
actually,
doesn't really
he was
turn
just
dark.
misunderstood.
With the one exception.
with the one huge exception
That comes out of nowhere and like, oh, okay, I guess we're doing that now.
Oh
The
man,
pirate's
it's so hard.
share.
A pirate share. It's so hard to even like figure out what to talk about first with this movie. But I guess we
nothing
should
to
start
talk
there
about.
with this movie's greatest scene. No, there's so much to talk about. We've touched on so many good topics. Let's start there. Let's start with Blackbeard's wife, one of his wives, who. So Blackbeard has an arc where
Uh-huh. What's his
he
arc,
like lays
Mallory?
low to Charleston, because basically it's so, this movie's understanding of history is so crazy, because it's like the Lord, oh my god, what's his name? I didn't learn anything. What's his
There's
name?
Virginian governor and North Carolina governor. There's like the all I got for you.
Yeah, the governor dude who's getting mad the whole movie. He's just
Virginia
being like,
governor.
okay, yeah, he's like, let's Spotswood.
Yes.
See, there you go. He's like, I'm going to, okay, we have to create this law to give pirates amnesty so that they will, like stop being pirates.
You learned nothing,
And
Mallory.
then-
You learned nothing. The king ordered that from England.
Yeah.
That was a royal decree
Well,
that had nothing to do with the Virginia governor.
okay.
The Virginia governor hated that
Yeah, well,
law.
he was mad about it, yeah, but then
Yeah.
I thought it was his lackeys that introduced it, but yeah, I guess it was the king.
It was the
of
king.
England
It was
said
a
you
royal
have to-
decree.
Wow.
It's like you
and
didn't even watch
he
Blackbeard Terror at Sea.
I certainly watched Serial Hughes. But anyway, he orders it, and the guy's like, what the heck? And he's like, no, we need to give him amnesty. Then Blackbeard takes amnesty, and the way the movie interprets this fact about Blackbeard's life is like, he just, his whole thing was like, I want to be remembered, and I want, like, Blackbeard, the character that they've built up through this movie,
Yes.
I want to be remembered. I'm going to be the most terroristful, fearsome pirate of the whole sea, or whatever. And then
I guess
he's
I'm gonna
just like,
retire.
I'm going to be... He's like, I'm going to be a country gentleman. It's like, why do you want to be a country gentleman, Blackbeard? That doesn't go with your values at all. I thought you were like a driven man.
So he can
by,
sit in
like,
the
your
field and have like
ego.
a big sook, you know? So he can just sit there and be like, they're making fun of me.
Yeah, and then he finally, he goes to sit in a field, and she's like, yeah, he goes to sleep with his stockings on, ha 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 ha. And then he's like, all right, we're going back to pirates, come on. And then leads to the crazy scene, which, like, okay,
Where he,
the idea...
in PC terms, he gives his wife away to his entire crew, and she's never seen from again. And it's like, all right, Blackbeard, I know you're not like the most like calm, rational guy or whatever. That
Scrupulous.
seems like a big escalation.
It's so crazy. It's like basically Because, okay, the idea that Blackbeard went off land was like, okay, no one is going to make fun of me for not being dignified, and I'm going to fit right in with, like, polite society or whatever. Like, he knew his whole thing is, like, jumping onto boats and finding these little, like, aristocrats and, like, being like, I'm tough and you're a little pussy, and, like, killing them and stuff. And then being like, oh, I'm just gonna fit it. Like, but like, okay, so then he goes and he gets, like, lightly ribbed by, like, the other people, and then he's like, oh, like, he's, like, so thin-skinned that he's like, I'm gonna kill my wife. And give up my whole thing. And then he hands her off to be implied, like...
Yeah.
What do you say? What is the fun word that we have to say around? What's the internet
censor way to say it? I don't know. Do we have to consult the whitest kids you know? Do we have to consult the grapist?
Yeah. Graped and murdered by a bunch of people that we're supposed to continue to cheer on throughout the movie, like the rest of his, like, crew or whatever.
Yeah, they then have the wholesome scene where it's like, this is evil McEvilton. I'm not gonna shoot you, evil McEvilton. We've been through so much together. It's like... Okay.
Bros before hoes. It's so virulently misogynist. It's like, because it's all fan fiction. So it's like just someone chose to write that in such a way. And it has, like, there needs to be a term for it. All I can do is call it, like, my bitch wife energy. Where it's like, it's the same thing we were talking about
which we had for Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Yeah.
Yeah. It's the same thing. He's like, my bitch wife, and then he's like, she's like nagging him too much, so he gets murdered. And I feel like people watching are supposed to be like, yeah, women do nag a lot. You know?
Even Israel Hands, who's like the most like noble, like he's the noble narrator or whatever. He's like the moral center of the movie. He's like, yeah, you know, pirates could be anybody. They could be white, black. They could be freed slaves. They could be mass murderers. Even women. And it's like, even women? What do you mean, Israel Hands?
It's so... That is, like, the thing of this movie. I did not expect the angle of this movie to be, like, pirates. It's just, like, whitewashing pirates, basically, for some reason.
It has the energy of, like, Civil War reenactment actors for the South. Like, that's kind of the vibe I get from it the whole time. Like,
yeah,
the Confederacy was a bunch of good old lads who had some different opinions than the North. Like, that's kind of the energy I get from this.
No, fully, because it was just like it's like you could be white, black, any color. I was like, okay, and then the way he goes, huh, even women. I was like, whoa, they were the bottom of the totem pole. Yeah, there's just this theme of, like, anytime a woman is on a boat, it's like, because there's the other character,
Frenchie.
That's Frenchie, yeah.
Yeah.
I was getting it confused. But yeah, like Frenchie, where it's like secretly a woman, then it's like, oh, if you're revealed to be a woman, you'll immediately be raped by everyone on the ship. It's like, oh wait, so you'll immediately be raped by everyone on the ship. I don't know if we could say that on YouTube or not, so that's why
we can say it. I don't think it really, like, I don't know. I think people get it. YouTube does censor, so it's hard to say, but, like, we'll see.
Right. Yeah, we'll find out. This is
it's also video. The implication. The implication that these noble pirates who were like a family to everybody, but don't be a woman or else they can't help themselves. It's like, okay. Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Which I don't doubt is, like, realistic to the time or whatever, but it's like, if you're going to be unrealistic about everything else, why do you need Frenchie to be, like, in big peril at all times? Like, do we really need this part?
Yeah, or like I feel like go one way or the other. Like, make Blackbeard, like, before he dies, be like, Frenchie, I knew you were a woman the whole time. And you're as good a pirate as any.
If you're gonna go the route of, like, it's already fan fiction, you might as well make, like, you might as well sanitize it more. Like, why is that the only piece you don't want to sanitize?
Yeah, no, it's very interesting. It's also interesting, like,
Blackbeard kills, like,
the other
3
side
people
of it,
total in this entire movie, but it's like, well, we gotta make sure we mention the graping. You know, like...
Yeah. It's because it's also interesting because on the race side of things, it's like Blackbeard immediately like he's introducing his crew. It's like one of the early scenes in the movies is like, this is a former slave and he's really good at being a pirate and he's my best. He's got a good hand with the cannon or whatever bullshit he says, and like it's like making a very big point to be like Blackbeard is anti-racist, and then like. But it's also, there's so much, like, anti-French stuff in this movie where it's, like, it's...
Oh, well, that just washed over me because, like, fuck the French, right? Like, it's like that just glazed right over that,
It's not, I'm not, like, up in arms about it. It's just, like, really weird that they would, like, really cement, like, fuck French people.
Yeah.
And then...
We have two things
but we are
from
super
real world
accepting of...
that we have to establish. It's like everyone hated the French at this time and women were in danger at all times. Like, these are the two things that we have to cover. If we want to show this to 5th graders, we've got to make sure that these two things are known. But then Blackbeard can be like Santa Claus the rest of the movie.
Yeah. That's exactly right. He's just like a little jolly old hero that like saves him. But it's like, because I can imagine, I guess I can see the logic of, like, it would be pretty horrific for them to do, like, a realistic depiction of, like, how black people and, like, people in the slave trade are being treated, like,
sure,
in that, right? It's just, I don't know, it's like, okay, but it's like, if you're not doing that, then it's not historical, right?
The ship that becomes the Queen Anne's Revenge, right, is a slave ship, and... Yeah. They make it in the movie like, oh, all the human cargo died before we got to there, so we don't have to depict the like horrors of slavery, right? Like, it's like, oh, it's a mostly empty slave ship, so we don't have to deal with that or film it. And it's like, okay.
Yeah,
give my wife away to the crew. A pirate shares all. It's just I can't get over how out of place that feels in this otherwise like send up for Blackbeard.
It's jarring.
It's nowhere.
Really shocking. It's really crazy. Man, oh man. It's just treated so lightly. It's just yeah.
Let me ask you this, Mallory.
But that's the thing.
Does Blackbeard go out like a bitch in this movie? Because it really does feel like we've been building up to this action sequence the entire movie. He stabs one guy and gets shot. Like, all right.
If there's one thing I already knew about Blackbeard before watching this movie is that he was killed by Robert Maynard. So then they're showing him like standing and saying nothing in all of the like politics scenes with Spotswood, where he's got too much blush on and he's just kind of feeling,
This is Robert Maynard.
Like,
he's gonna kill Blackbeard later. Anyway.
He's like, yeah, like Spotswood's like doing his like fingers together. He's like, at least we have my secret Blackbeard killing weapon. But it's like, yeah, they're gonna do battle, but it's like, you can version. It's like Hamilton. You got to build up the friendship between Burr and Hamilton, the whole thing, and like make it a big deal and make it the central relationship. Like, this is obviously like more fiction. I don't know if Burr was like Hamilton's best friend that his whole life revolved around.
I think Hamilton has more historical accuracy than Blackbeard, Terror at Sea. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I mean, I'm not trying to like totally disparage the historical accuracy of Hamilton, but they're also fictionalizing history, so they do a good job of really ingraining like this is the main villain of this movie or whatever.
Are you saying they do something with the source material, like anything? What a novel concept!
No, imagine what if we like took this and like freaked it a little bit. It's like nah. Oh man. Yeah, they just.
Hey Mallory,
yeah,
I think blind pitches are not your strength. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I think this is an amazing pitch. Are you not? I'm very heated about this.
Are you? Are you really gonna stand Blackbeard, Terror at Sea? I have to keep saying the full name because it's so stupid.
Blackbeard, Terror at Sea. It doesn't have to be good to be a good pitch, and I'm having a lot of fun right now. Okay, listen, I will. It seems like you're lacking. It seems like you're wanting a little bit more spice. So
Yeah.
I've decided to bring back our favorite segment on the podcast that
Everyone's
we
favorite.
haven't visited it since like
40 weeks ago,
forever ago
we
when
did
we
a
talked
Blackbeard
about
quiz
pirates.
for no reason.
It's time for the Blackbeard quiz.
But Mallory, I've
Play
learned
the
nothing.
music.
Avast! It's time for Blackbeard Quiz.
I've learned nothing new. Like, I was taught nothing
These are-
from this movie.
Here's the thing, Sam. This Blackbeard quiz, because the last Blackbeard quiz was stupid and it gave away the answers to the questions in the quiz, right? This Blackbeard quiz is made of questions by me. I made it based on the documentary. As I was watching the documentary,
excellent.
I created some questions. So this is like when you like had to watch a video because the teacher didn't want to teach that day and they put a movie on, but then they gave you like a study guide so you couldn't just like fall asleep and you had to like you can really like let the movie wash over you and like enjoy it. You just had to like be really listening in for when they said the cue word that was going to
Like,
give you the
they
answer
say
to
the
the
exact
question.
line that's in the question, and you're like, okay, that's
Yes.
answer B. Yeah.
Absolutely. So welcome to the Blackbeard quiz. It's 5 questions. So here we go. Question number 1. What does Blackbeard want?
To be remembered.
Yarr. To leave my name on the face. To make my mark.
When he's
Yes,
like
that's right.
dead and then he comes back to life to go, you and I will be in the pages of history, Maynard, and then dies again. It's like, all right, this is a bad movie.
Did you? Okay, this is also partially a Hamilton podcast. Do you rate how cringe or good it is when they sing about history a lot in Hamilton when they say history has its eyes on you? Give me like a ranking.
This
of that.
makes Hamilton look like Shakespeare. I mean, like this. Like I personally like Hamilton. Like Hamilton, I know has been like
I do too.
well overplayed at this point. And
Yeah.
it has its detritus, and it has like there's fair criticism to be made there. This makes Hamilton look like Journey to the West. Like this is it makes it look like a seminal text in history or whatever, like Gilgamesh or something. Like this is garbage.
I will say sometimes the history stuff in Hamilton, it does cross the line for me where I'm like, all right, I get it. You know, they do it, they're clever about it, but sometimes it's a little too conceptual for me and it doesn't always hit, you know?
It reminds me, this is a weird leap, it reminds me of the most recent Tarantino movie from a few years ago, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where the entire movie you're hanging out with Sharon Tate, and it's like, remember, Sharon Tate's gonna get murdered by the Manson family later, and you just like, you're watching like 40 minutes of like Margot Robbie as Sharon Tate, like, walking around being just like the nicest lady ever, and it's like, oh, she's an inspiring mother.
Yeah.
Isn't that so special? And she's gonna be murdered later. Like, it's like, okay, I get it. And now
Romanticization of the dead.
it works well in that movie for various reasons. It works pretty well in Hamilton. It is garbage in Blackbeard Terror at Sea. What's your next question, Mallory?
Okay, question number 2.
How's Chad out doing, by the way? How's the arm?
Oh, it's great. I have full feeling in all of it. So question number 2. Do Mr. Hands think Blackbeard mad?
Blackbeard is the maddest, craziest son of a bitch on the ocean. He's actually a genius of tactical strategy.
What do Mr. Hands think?
I think he mad, but also not. He says like he contradicts himself the whole movie. I don't know what answer you want from me. Was he mad? Aye. Isn't that the line?
All right, the correct line. I'll give you at least 50% on this.
I get partial credit.
The answer that he gave is
every time.
He says he's not yet decided.
That's
so
right.
you're right because you're like, yeah, I don't know which one. But he goes, do you think me mad? He goes, I'm not yet decided. There's a lot of grunting, a lot of like really like direct, straight questions of like, don't kill it. hey, we're not gonna do any unnecessary killing, right? It's just like
What's
a lot
crazy
of
to me is the guy playing
non-responses.
Blackbeard is like the most famous person in this movie, and it's like
Yeah,
I
is
looked
he
him
in
up.
something? I
He's
don't
in
know
like
him.
Rome, like the old show about Rome. He plays Mark Antony, which is a pretty big part, I'm sure. I haven't seen Rome, but it's like this dude sucks in this movie. And now, granted,
got a
the script
historical
is
look to him.
terrible, so it's like,
Yeah.
all right, grunt more. Like that's a hard role for anybody to do, but like he's not the most inspiring character.
Amazing. Question number 3. Unless this is what I wrote. Unless he wants to lose the other 9, he best. This is referring to the scene
Give
where
up
the
the
man gets his finger
gold,
cut off.
yar.
Yes, correct. Until the Blackbeard where the gold is.
I don't want your ring.
That to me is
I
my
want the finger.
That to me is my favorite scene in the movie because it's the first time gold gets mentioned.
What the hell
It's
does
like-
he say to Frenchie as well? He's like, hold it in your hand, grip it tighter. All the gold's like spilling out of her fingers.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, see, hold it tighter, and then or else it'd be lost. But as she grips tighter, like all of it's falling out of her fingers.
No.
What the hell was that? Like, what?
You misunderstood the metaphor of this Blackbeard
I don't
movie.
think I
He was
did.
saying... No, he said, this is what he said. He said, the tighter you hold it, the more it falls out. See? Like, and it's like when you're clinging on the power so tight, that's how you lose. And that's why your dad got his finger cut off because he's a stupid bitch. That was
understand.
Blackbeard's lesson. It was on par with the scene in Andor where he goes, breathe in the crazy fumes, feel it, oh! And he's like
Yeah,
crying.
DeForest Whitaker's
It
like
makes-
enjoyable in that scene. He got nominated for an Emmy for that scene because the Emmys are stupid. Anyway,
He got nominated?
he's like the only
Isn't that
person to get
good?
nominated for Andor is Forrest Whitaker,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
which I think
I mean,
is-
he's really good.
he's fine, but I think it's the Emmys being like, a famous person was in this scene. I'll vote for that. You know, it's like, come on.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Genevieve
Yeah.
O'Reilly's
Where's
right
my-
there.
where's Mon
Whatever her
Mothma?
name is. Mon Mothma.
Where's my mom?
Genevieve something.
Yeah. I think it is Genevieve O'Reilly. That's good.
Look at me.
That's the Andor
Respecting women, unlike Blackbeard, Terror at Sea. Question 4.
quiz. Unlike Blackbeard. Question 4. Okay, this is a multiple choice question. Which of the following is not a rule of piracy? So I'm going to give you 4 rules of piracy. You tell me which is the wrong one out. Number 1, pirates don't shoot each other. Number 2, don't attack a ship as big as the Concorde. Number 3, always follow the wind. Number 4, equal shares all around. It's called democracy. Proceeds to rape and murder a woman.
That's a tough one. I'm gonna go with C. Always follow the wind.
Correct. I made that one up. It was really hard to make up something that was on the same level of stupid
I agree.
as the other pirate roles. Really good. It's so when they're like when they're like
Every pirate says
I
you
think
never
it's-
attack a boat as big as the Concorde. I'm gonna
yeah,
attack
when he
that
says
boat.
that and he goes, it's in the pirate rules, and trust me, there were pirate rules. Like he really.
What the hell does that mean?
Trust me, there were rules that every pirate followed. It's like, all right, man.
There's a Shane Gillis bit that I think was on SNL where he talks about this like he talks about watching like Civil War documentaries, and there are just people in the documentaries who just make shit up. Like, oh yes, some of those boys got up to no good one time, and they saved a mill from burning. And it's like, this has got no like basis in anything, and it's just like, what the hell are we talking about here? I felt that bit like resonating strongly as I watched Blackbeard, Terror at Sea, where it's like, I had a dream one time that Blackbeard called me cool and said I would be a pirate if he said he'd let me on his ship. Like, this is fucking garbage. And I think Blackbeard would have given me $10 whole if I asked him, because he's just such a nice guy.
I had a dream that Blackbeard got really mad at a picnic and yelled at his wife in front of everyone.
But we
Oh,
hate
man.
women, so...
It's so it's just like, why do they make it like that? It's like, it does not make sense to me if it's not like for a study guide, because there's certain
like,
things
who
that are
is this
repeated.
for? But Mallory, that's the thing. I didn't learn anything
Yeah.
about Blackbeard. I learned nothing. I learned the name
Yeah.
of his ship. I learned the name of his first mate. And I learned
Yeah.
that he once did a blockade of Charleston, maybe. That's, like, all.
Uh-huh.
And I guess, like, it's, like,
Right.
the most basic paragraph 1 of Wikipedia bullshit. Like, there's just nothing.
Yeah, it's like, because there's this thing like early on where do you remember Charles Vane at the beginning, and he's like Mr. Hand's original boss?
I do.
You'd be forgiven for forgetting. He's a very insignificant character.
I've
But
killed more
he
Swoops than
he
you,
has really,
Blackbeard.
yeah, I wrote down 2 of his lines that really made me laugh because they're really iconic. The first one, he said, "Let them know Charles Vane has arrived," and that's the first time his name is said in the documentary. And then I should probably not call it a documentary. The second one, he says, in the fanfiction, the second one, he says, "Blackbeard doesn't scare Charles Vane." It was like, the way he said that, I was like, okay, this is really badly written, but I could understand this of like, okay, kids, remember who Charles Vane is. That's a question on the study guide that's accompanied, that we were like produced in a little booklet that we are distributing with this DVD, you know? But like, so that from the beginning, I was like, okay, this is like for kids and like study guide and stuff. But yeah, there's just not a lot of facts. Like, if I watched this as a kid, I would be like, oh, I guess pirates were anti-racist and just loved
I guess the French
like,
are
killing
like the
women.
worst people ever, I guess. Like, that's
And
all
the
I learned.
French suck.
Now, I have an important question for you.
Yeah.
How's Chat-Ot?
How's Chad out? Doing really great. Just kind of
glad.
relaxing on my shoulder. Just fine, and I could take my hand off at any time.
But you just want
and-
it's comforting. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, it's just really comforting and comfortable. And I'm not gonna have like be massaging my shoulder for the rest of the thing.
Sure.
Whoa! Do you think Ditto can transform into Chadot?
He could. He's just not going to right now.
he doesn't feel like you've earned it right now.
Yeah. Question 5.
Question 5.
The final
How many
question.
wives did Blackbeard have?
Tens? Tens is the quote, right? Like, is this a trick question? Many wives.
No, he gives a number. Yeah, that is a good guess. Many wives. That would be some shit he would say in this movie.
It is. I mean, I think it is something shit that was said. It's a different, like, woman on his lap every time, but he does at some point say, like, a dozen or 10 or something along those lines.
Oh, I mean,
10?
I kind of want to give you half credit for that one too. Well, no, he says 13, and then he goes, "Make it 12, yar!"
Right.
And it's like, why? What do you mean?
Fuck that lady in particular, says Blackbeard.
Why do you make it 12? Because he didn't even marry he's like, "I think I'm gonna make her my wife," and he goes,
Nah.
13, make it 12. And that's where he's like joke threatening the guy, and I thought he was legit gonna kill the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then because he was like, the guy's like, "Blackbeard, how many wives do you have at land?" And it's like, is Blackbeard sensitive about people like
That's
looking
like
into his wife history?
That was like the worst, like, I've seen Goodfellas one time fucking, like, depiction of, like, tension. Horrible.
Oh my god.
Do I look
Yeah.
like a clown?
Also, there's
Do
a
I
part,
make you laugh? Like,
there's a part where he has a woman on his lap and he's like, "Settle down with a wife." And she's
Not
like giggling.
you,
He's like,
obviously.
Not you, you stupid broad." I'm like,
yeah. It's good times.
oh, man. This is a fun and good movie.
This is a fun and good movie.
This is a fun and good movie.
Says
you might
the,
think
says
that,
the woman who had zero charity for Moneyball. What the fuck are we talking about here?
Okay, because Moneyball, they weren't saying stupid shit that made me laugh.
Mallory, they say he gets on base. I'm going to point at Pete, all right? I'm going to point at Pirate Pete. He's over in the corner.
That just sounds like what you would say in real life. Like this is he's saying stuff that like no one would ever say. He says sentences that are completely made up. He says you may think pirate captains put themselves in charge, but you'd be wrong. They're elected
In a democracy.
in a democracy. And also he says things that no human being has ever said. When he like lets Frenchie go or whatever, and then he goes, "Leave it to a woman to show a little kindness." I was like, what does that mean?
What was the kindness?
What are you? I don't even know.
How did she help him?
Just,
He already
smiled
dragged
at
his
him.
ass to the boat, and he's like, "All right, I got shot."
Yeah. No, I mean, I'll say I was more engaged in Moneyball. I wasn't smiling as much.
This movie's fucking terrible. Are we ready to rank?
It is bad. But it's pretty funny. It got boring towards the end.
Hey, guy's pretty fucking boring. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Sam, what do you think of this movie?
There's like 4 we're gonna attack a boat scenes in a row, and all of them could be cut because they're so fucking like. They show the guy falling from the ropes like 3 times. I'm like, this is something. Blackbeard,
Man.
Terror at Sea. Instant does not want, like, just immediately from like a minute 5 onward. One of your worst moves you've ever done for this podcast. Just
One of
an
the worst
insult
things
to our
I've done to you as a
viewership, an
friend.
insult to your co-host. Just terrible.
Why are you allowed to pitch Amelia Perez when I come pitch Blackbeard Terror at Sea?
Because that movie almost won Best Picture, and that would have been really fucking interesting in the sense that it's terrible.
That's fair. Well, happy birthday, Blackbeard. It's your birthday tomorrow. Whenever we release this episode, it'll be, November 22nd.
It's always Blackbeard's
drink
birthday.
a pint. Touch some golds. Be mean to a woman. Celebrate Blackbeard on this glorious
Be
day.
mean to a woman, celebrate Blackbeard. The Mallory fucking the Mallory code.
Yeah, I'm like Chainsaw Man is sexist. Anyway, let's watch Blackbeard Terror at Sea. I think that we should revisit this next year.
Nope.
That's all I can say.
You have so many
just
more
like-
options for pirate-related media that aren't this, you know?
I just wanted something factual, so we'll try harder. We'll find a different documentary.
Try
next
harder
year.
next time.
Okay. I just clicked well, here's it. This was an educational experience. I was like, I want facts about Blackbeard. I Googled, like, what's the best Blackbeard documentary? I looked on Reddit, and they were like, Blackbeard Terror at Sea. I was like, all right,
Insanity.
take your word for it.
Apparently there are
Take
no
my gold,
other
kind
Blackbeard
sir.
documentaries, is what we're learning.
Yeah. Not an interesting guy. Maybe he was
Guess
just
not.
a criminal that was kind of scary, and it kind of begins and ends with that, you know?
He also looks like such a dipshit with the fucking cannon wicks in his beard. Like, it looks terrible.
It was disappointing.
Not
They needed
great.
to wait till night. They needed to like have him illuminated by the torches or something.
Well, they wanted to do it practically
There's-
clearly, but because they don't have the budget
Yeah.
for computer animation, and it's 2006. But
Right.
they're like, well, we gotta set it on fire practically, so we have to make sure it's like a 1.5 feet away from the actor, so we don't burn his face.
Sam, where would you like me to edit fires on you right now, digitally, to show how easy it is in the modern era?
Just like put like the entire screen is on fire, like I'm talking to you from Silent Hill or something.
You're like the dog in that comic that's like, this is fine.
Yeah. All right, Mallory, I'm gonna pitch you something actually good and actually worth talking about. Oh, make sure you put the chat out back, of course. So as you know, I'm a big fan of Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul. It's kind of my whole shtick. Vince Gilligan, the creator of that show, has a new show out that I don't want to tell you a goddamn thing about. This is gonna be a first for the podcast. We're gonna watch a show that's not finished with its first season.
Okay.
So we're gonna watch the first 3 episodes of Pluribus, which I have no idea how to pronounce, between now and our next recording, because this is a theory show. This is like a what's gonna happen next kind of show. This is like a Severance style show. Oh yeah. I'm rewarding you for your bad behavior, which is probably a mistake. But I really been a minute since I've watched a show where all the neurons in my brain are firing, and they could do this, and what's gonna happen here, and what's up with this character. I am so into this show, and it's only had 2 episodes come out since currently, but there will be 3 by the time we record. This is a mind-bendy, interesting, cool narrative from one of my favorite TV creators. But I don't want to tell you anything about
That's
it
sick.
because I think if you watch the pilot, not even knowing the log line for the show, I think you'll have an even better time.
The only thing that I'm guessing... Oh, all right, so we'll start the theories here. My fan theory about what this show is about, pluribus. I mean, e pluribus unum, as we all know. One of the people, I believe, is the meaning of that in Latin. So I believe that this is going to be about... So what would pluribus mean? Unum would mean one. E would be the or some shit. So pluribus must mean people. So it's about people.
I believe it's of the one many.
In
Isn't
America.
that what that means?
Damn it. Well, okay. All right, new theory. It's many. So it's about many things. That's my fan theory about it. Yeah, I'm very interested. I have only consumed Better Call Saul, and I've consumed nothing of Better Call Saul. I'll say that. I've only consumed Breaking Bad through the odd video essay, mostly yours, and just reading random little snippets about it out of curiosity.
You've never done the full
and I
dive
did watch 3
into
episodes.
Breaking Bad? You missed it the whole time?
Me and my mom watched 3 episodes of it, or 2 or 3 episodes. It was the one where the acid incinerated the bathtub and it fell through the house. And we were both like, this is a lot.
It's a lot. Well, so I'll tell you this.
This is pretty heavy.
Vince Gilligan has spent the last 12 years or whatever. He made Breaking Bad. He co-created Better Call Saul, and he was like, I'm getting really tired of writing really mean people. So this show is supposed to be the first time in forever that he's made a show where the hero is a hero. But that can mean a lot of different things.
Yeah.
The main character of this is acted by Rhea Seehorn, who acted as one of the main characters in Better Call Saul. She was kind of the breakout star of that show. And he essentially was
cool.
I'm gonna make a show that stars her because she's really good at acting. And that's what the show is. But I don't want to tell you anything about the actual show because I think it will make your experience with the pilot more interesting.
Well, I'm excited to sail the high seas with you once again, Sam.
I don't know what you could mean by that, Mallory. Are you telling me you don't have an Apple TV subscription?
I'm excited. Oh no! I mean, just we're going on adventure together.
Oh, you're talking about
as my
piracy,
right-hand
right?
man.
Yeah, with pirates.
No, we're not. Yeah. No, I would never pirate a show made by Rhea
Seehorn.
Oh, man, I was really gonna say Rhea Perlman.
Rhea Perlman, yeah.
No, I'm not making a reference to pirating. I would never do that. Would you download a car, Sam?
In a heartbeat. Anyway. Have a good evening, Mallory.
Well, have a royal day. Ahar! What do you do with a drunken sailor?
Thank you, Sam and Mallory, for the wonderful birthday celebration! Blackbeard quiz!